students. I want to go over your inner planet frame that was due last week. So this should look like your frame, but hopefully yours is filled in. And I want to make sure that you have everything. So if you need to fill in some more answers, we're going to go over this frame now. So we're going to start with Mercury. Mercury is the inner planet that is closest to the sun. So 57 million kilometers. It's rocky, and it's between the sun and the asteroid belt because it's an inner planet. Now, temperature. How hot is Mercury? Mercury has extreme temperatures because it has a very thin atmosphere. That thin atmosphere, or the gases that surround the rocky planet of Mercury, mean that at night its temperatures drop very quickly because it doesn't have an atmosphere to keep the heat in. But it also means that during the day, the temperatures rise very quickly, and it has extremely hot days and extremely cold nights. Its gravitational force is the least of all of the planets, and that's because it's the smallest planet. Now we're on to Venus. Venus is the second planet from the sun. It's 108 million kilometers from the sun. That's 0.72 astronomical units, or AU. We use astronomical units within our solar system because it's easier than talking about millions of kilometers. Now, Venus is the hottest planet, and that's sort of funny because you would think Mercury would be because it's the closest to the sun. But Venus has a very thick atmosphere, and that atmosphere traps the heat from the sun on Venus. So even at night, it doesn't get very cool. It stays hot day and night. You can see the difference in temperature. Mercury goes from negative 280 degrees Fahrenheit to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. That is hotter than the inside of your oven. But Venus, it's down to 820 degrees. That's 800, not negative, positive 820 degrees. So that's still hotter than the hottest it is on Mercury. And then it can get up to 900 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's tremendously hot. And it's because of that very thick atmosphere that traps the heat. So Venus is similar in size to Earth. It's 91% of the surface gravity of Earth. So it's 9% smaller than Earth, but pretty close. Now we get to Earth, the third rock from the sun, our home planet. It's the only planet we know of that has life. And we think that's because it's like just in the perfect spot, 150 million kilometers from the sun, or 1 astronomical unit, seems to be a great spot to have perfect temperatures for us to live. Now, this is 14 degrees Celsius is our average temperature, which is in the 70s. It's a nice temperature to go outside and hang out. Sometimes it's a little hotter, sometimes it's a little cooler, but all of it is very much livable. It's not anywhere close to the temperatures inside your oven or beyond those temperatures like Mercury and Venus. Earth, we have humidity, we have water. That's so important. We couldn't have life without all of that water. We also have cloud cover in our atmosphere, and that is important for us because it allows us to keep some heat. We don't have extreme temperatures like Mercury day and night, nor do we have extremely hot temperatures. We have just enough atmosphere to give us a little cooler at night, a little hotter during the day, but not too extreme. And our gravitational force, or the pull from the Earth on us, the people and all the objects on Earth, is 9.8 meters per second squared. And it's the highest gravity of all of the inner planets because Earth is the largest inner planet. It has the most mass. And because mass depends on gravity, or gravity depends on mass, that means that Earth has the greatest gravitational force. Now we're on to Mars, the red planet. Mars is 42 million miles away, or 229 million kilometers, so a little over 1 astronomical unit away. It's the fourth planet from the sun. Its temperatures are kind of close to freezing. So it's pretty cold because it's a little further away from the sun, and it has an atmosphere, but it's a thinner atmosphere than Earth. So it's not able to trap as much heat, and it has more extreme changes in temperature. And it's the second smallest planet, so it makes it second in its gravitational pull. So what? What's important about all these inner planets? Well, we need to know that the inner planets are all rocky, small, and they have thin atmospheres. Venus is the hottest, Earth is the largest, Mercury is the closest to the sun, and Mars might be our best chance if we need another planet to live on. So these inner planets are pretty important to us because they're close enough that we can send spacecraft to travel to them. And we can look at the possibility of starting a colony on Mars or finding out if there's resources on Venus that might help us. They're close enough to travel and be able to get back within our lifetime, which this week we're going to be learning about the outer planets, and you're going to find out that those are really far from the sun, tremendously far from the sun. So it makes it more difficult to travel there and to get information about those planets because in some cases it would take many years just to get to the planet, let alone to come back from the planet. All right, I hope this helped with the inner planets. Here we've got a couple pictures of our inner planets. This one is Mercury with its craters. This is Venus with its large atmosphere full of clouds. Here's Earth with its slightly thinner atmosphere, but you can still see some of those clouds that are part of the atmosphere. And then here's Mars. Again, you can see a few clouds, but Mars has a pretty thin atmosphere. All right, have a great day.